Hello students, I am Ms. Amruta Nandal, working as a lecturer in Electronics and Telecommunication Department at SPM Polytechnic Kumthe, Solapur. Today we are going to start with our new unit, that is third unit, Digital Cellular Mobile System. This is the first video on third unit. In last video lecture, we had successfully completed second unit, that is Fundamentals of Cellular System. In this video, first we will see what is the syllabus for this unit. Let us start with this. First we will see what is the marking system for how much weightage is this unit. So totally 16 marks are there for this unit. 4 marks for remember, 6 marks for understanding and 6 marks for apply. Okay. So what is the syllabus for this? Point 1 is 3.1 Global System for Mobile Communication, that is GSM. In this bit we will see features and services, GSM radio aspects, GSM architecture, GSM channel types and security aspects of GSM. The second point for this syllabus is 3.2 GSM call routing. So in this bit we will see mobile terminated call and mobile originated call sequence, stages of call processing in GSM. In next 3.3 is IS-95, it is also called as a CDMA1. In this bit we will see features, radio aspects, comparison with GSM standards. And the next is 3.4 signaling system number 7. It is also called as SS7, network services parts, that is NSP. All these parts are consisting in with signaling system number 7. Message transfer part called as MTP, signaling correction control part, that is SCCP, services and performances of SS7. This much syllabus is included in unit number 3. So all these points we will cover by continuing this video lectures one by one. Okay, so let us start with our first point, that is Global System for Mobile Communication, that is GSM. So what is GSM? So GSM, first we will see what is the introduction of this GSM. It is developed by the European Telecommunication Standard Institute, called as ETSI, to describe protocols for second generation digital cellular networks used by mobile devices such as mobile phone and tablets. So why it is developed? It is developed to provide the second generation digital cellular networks. Okay. So next is GSM is also developed in order to solve the fragmentation problems. So to solve the fragmentation problem, also the GSMs are developed. GSM is the world's first cellular system to specify the digital modulation. It is the first cellular system for digital modulation. So first generation mobiles are all analog which having analog modulation. The first GSM system was implemented in Germany in 1992. It was named as D2. Okay. Also, the multiple access technique in analog cellular system is FDMA. But for this digital cellular system, we can use either TDMA or CDMA for them. So GSM uses TDMA for its multiple access. Okay, and in TDMA each user is allowed to use a radio channel only for a fixed duration of time. So this is the introduction of GSM, that is Global System for Mobile or Mobile Communication. We can call also mobile communication. So what are the air interface specifications of this GSM? So there are 12 points for this GSM air interface specification. It having reverse channel frequency of 890 to 915 megahertz, forward channel frequency from 935 to 960 megahertz. So total transmit and receive frequency spacing is 45 megahertz, and transmit receive time slot spacing is 3 time slots. Modulation data rate used is 270.833 kbps. Frame period is 4.615 milliseconds. User per frame are only 8. Time slot period is 576.9 microseconds. Bit period is 3.692 microseconds. Modulation used is 0.3 GMSK, and channel spacing is 200 kilohertz. ARFCN used are, these are the channels 0 to 124 and 975 to 1023. Okay, all these parameters we will see in detail by next videos, how the syllabus we will cover. Okay, next is a GSM features. Features of GSM. What are the features the GSM will provide? Which features are offered by this GSM? Okay, there are two most important GSM features. Okay, first one is subscriber identity model, and next is on-air privacy. So you know what is subscriber identity module? It is a SIM. You all know what is SIM. Okay, so it is a memory device that store some very important information like identification number of the subscriber, that is your mobile number, type of network, and country in which the service can be provided to the subscriber. Okay, and also it store unique privacy key. It also provide unique privacy key. Without SIM, a GSM mobile cannot operate. As the CDMA, you know, the CDMA phone have inbuilt SIM, or which does not have any SIM cards. Okay, so if we are using second generation GSM mobiles, then the SIM card is compulsory, we have to use. So a SIM is required to activate services for any GSM phone. So next is on-air privacy. So you know what is meant by privacy. It is somewhat security. So it indicates that the GSM system ensures some kind of privacy of the transmitted signal. When we having wireless communication, the all our data signals are communicated through air. Okay, so when we transmit or receive our data from air, then somewhat security is required. So GSM will provide some security of our transmitted signals. Next is the GSM services. What are the services provided by this GSM? So mainly there are two types, are as per ISDN guidelines there are two types of services. First one is a teleservices and next is a data services. Teleservices are services corresponding to the standard mobile telephony, and the traffic originated from either teleservice or data services. So you know what is mean by traffic. This is the our when we talk with someone, that is a traffic. And next is a data services. Data services, these are the GSM services corresponding to the communication between computer and packet switching traffic, that is the internet services or anything. Next is a user services. There are three types of user services. First one is a telephone services. In that it having four subtypes, like in this services it will provide emergency calling, fax, video text and teletext. And next is a bearer and data services. These are same as like the data services, which is corresponding to the computer data between transfer of data between computer and packet switching traffic. And last one is a supplementary services. Supplementary services are like call diversion, close user group, call identification, SMS, connecting line ID, caller line ID, and call charge advice, teleconferencing, call waiting, call forwarding, call holding, call barring. All these are come into this supplementary services. This is all about the services and features of GSM. So the summary of the today's video is we have learned what is GSM, the introduction of the GSM, features, what are the features, there are two important features, and services offered by this GSM. Okay, and home assignment for today's video lecture are first one is describe the GSM services and features, and write all GSM air interface specification. So complete this kindly and send to my WhatsApp number. Thank you.